One was substitution, the other was elimination. Both of these are possible when you are using linear equations. And when we are dealing with one quadratic and the other linear, at that time, we use substitution method. Did you get time to practice any question?
I practiced graphing.
You practiced what?
Just the graphing of simultaneous equations.
Graphical method manually, or you did that on software?
I did manually.
Manually, that's good. So let us move a little further in our topic. And then we'll come to problem discussions. Okay, solve these simultaneous equations by elimination or by substitution. You were advised to solve the same question with two methods and check if you get the same answers. Then the question says solve these simultaneous equations in question 3. We discussed question number 4 yesterday. So let's see what question 5 says. 2x minus py equals 5. Second equation 4x plus 5y plus q equals 0 are simultaneous equations where p and q are constants. The solution to this pair of simultaneous equation is x equals q and y equals -1. When it says this is the solution, the other word which we used in chapter 2 was roots. So either they say solution or they say roots, means the same thing, and value of x is given, value of y is given. Find the value of p and value of q. Book page 40, question 5. 2x minus py equals 5 and x is q and y is -1. Q and y is -1 equals 5. So this becomes p is equals to 5. One equation, and the other one is 4x plus 5y plus q equals to 0. So x is already there, which is q, and y is -1 plus q equals to 0. 4q minus 5 plus q equals to 0. Adding these two, 5q equals 5. Solving for q, q equals 1. Substitute q in the previous equation. So 2 into 1 plus p equals 5. P equals 5 minus 2. P equals 3. So these are your answers. 2 equals to 1 and p is equals to 3. Solving quadratic simultaneous equations. So one would be squared, the other one would be linear. Can you please choose any equation which you find a little difficult to see? If you find easy, you can choose from the next question.
Can I do 2B?
2B.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is page 41, question 2B. First equation is x plus y equals 9. Second equation is x square minus 3xy plus 2y square equals to 0. So we are solving these two equations. So this is equation 1. This is equation 2. From 1, x is equals to 9 minus y, and I'm naming it 3. Put equation 3 in equation 2. From whichever equation you rearrange, you put it in the other one. So equation 2 is x square minus 3xy plus 2y square equals to 0. So we plug in equation 3 in equation 2. We have the value of x, which is 9 minus y whole squared, minus 3. Again, value of x is 9 minus y times y plus 2y square equals to 0. So whenever we have a square, we go for our identity. A minus b whole squared is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So a square minus 2ab plus b square. Then we multiply this 3. This is actually 3y. So 9 3 times 27. 27y plus 3y square plus 2y square equals to 0. Simplifying and rearranging. So y square, 3y square and 2y square. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6y square. And then we deal with y. We have 1 and 2. 27 and 18. Just a second. So 27 and 18 is 45 minus 45y, and then the last we have only one number, that is plus 81 is equals to 0. We can divide the whole equation with 3. So this is 2y square minus 15y plus 27 is equals to 0. Now we have a perfect quadratic equation in simplified form. You can choose any method you like, middle term breaking or quadratic formula. I always try it with midterm breaking just to stay in practice. So 2y squared times 27 is 54. We may not have perfect middle terms. So then we'll go for quadratic. Just to stay in practice, I always try this. So 1 into 54 is 54, but adding and subtracting 1 and 54, we do not get 15. So 2 into 27 is again the sum and or the subtraction of these two does not give 15. So 3 into 54 divided by 3 is 18. 3 into 18 is equals to 54. Yes, we can get 15 if we subtract these two. But we need to get positive 54. So this is again not the answer. So if we choose 6 into 9. So 9 times 6 is 54, and adding these two, we are getting 15. So this is our choice. 2y square plus 27 equals to 0. First is 6y, the other is 9y. Adding these two, we get minus 15. Multiplying these two, we get positive 54. So taking out common 2y, I'm left with y minus 3. Then again, I take out 6y, y square, and minus 9. This is y minus 3 is equals to 0. So 2y minus 9 times y minus 3. 2y minus 9 equals to 0, and y minus 3 is equals to 0. 2y equals 9, y is equals to 9 by 2, and y is equals to 3. So we have these two answers, 1 and 2, and we'll copy our third equation. Third equation was x is equals to 9 minus y. equation 3. X is equals to 9 minus y. So when I use 9 by 2, I get 9 by 2. So first value is x 9 by 2, y 9 by 2. And the second will be x is equals to 9 minus y. This is 9 minus 3, 6. So when x is 6, y is 3. These are your two answers, 1 and 2. Now there's another thing you can check in exam, and you must check it if these answers are correct or not. The question is complete, but we can see if you've done it in the correct way or not. 9 by 2, 9 by 2. So use your calculator and plug in the values in these two equations. Equation 1, equation 2. 1 and 2. So if we choose 9 by 2, 9 by 2 in equation 1, that would be x is 9 by 2, y is 9 by 2 is equals to 9. So 9 equals 9. First one is correct. I'm checking it in the second equation. That is 9 by 2 square minus 3 into 9 by 2. Y is again 9 by 2 plus 2 into 9 by 2 squared. So let's see if, yes, Mahat?
So when you were finding out the variables that add up to 15, if you go down a bit, so do we have to times 27 by 2, or can you just keep it like that?
You always have to multiply the first equation with the last one. Ax square plus bx plus c. Product is always a times c, and the sum must be always b.
Okay.
Like if you have x square plus 5x plus 6, product must be 6x square and the sum must be 5. If you have 2x square plus 5x plus 3, now again the product is 6, it is not 3. Product is 6 because we multiply the first one with last one. Clear?
I understand. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So question is already complete, but this is something that you can do in exam to see. I'm just writing it for you, or you don't have to actually write it. You can just plug in the values in calculator. So I'm checking this one, 9 by 2 squared minus 3 into 9 by 2 into 9 by 2 plus 2 into 9 by 2 squared. And I get a 0. So left hand side is again equal to right hand side. So the answers are correct. These questions won't be tough, only this statement. You just have to read the statement carefully. Question number 3 says solve the simultaneous equations giving your answers in the simplest surd form. And definitely here it is asking you for the exact answers and not in decimals. So you have these equations and solving. Let's see if we can find something different. Solve the simultaneous equation by eliminating y from the equations, hence or otherwise. Okay, when it says by eliminating y, this means you make y the subject, then you substitute this value in y. So y disappears. Solving for x and then simplifying for both values. I think we should try this. We have answers in third form. Okay, this is question number 5. Book 1. Page 42. Y is equals to 2 minus 4x. The other equation is 3x square plus xy plus 11 equals to 0. So we substitute y in the second equation and we get 3x square plus x times 2 minus 4x plus 11 equals to 0. The questions which always tell you to show are the friendly ones because you have the answer and you knew at an earlier stage if you were proceeding in a correct manner. 3x square plus 2x minus 4x square plus 11 equals to 0. Minus x square plus 2x plus 11 equals to 0. So now this equation does not look like the one on right. Their x square is positive. So I'm taking the whole equation on right hand side. So x square minus 2x minus 11 equals to 0. Hence shown. B part says hence or otherwise solve these simultaneous equations. So we've already done half of it. That is substituted y in the other equation. And we must now solve for middle term breaking. If we see that we have to multiply the first thing, the answer is in third form. So we will not have middle term breaking. We won't have two terms. If we had to do it, the product must be 11 and the sum must be 2. So this is already clear that there are no midterms. So I'm going for quadratic formula. Minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. A is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 2, c is equals to minus 11. Now this is chapter 2. So minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4 into a into c. And remember that answer must be in exact form into 2a. Using the calculator, 2 squared minus 4 into 1 into minus 11 is 48. So this is 2 plus minus square root 48 by 2. Square root 48. Now there are few calculators which give you the answer which what you need. How do we come back to this? Okay. So if I can show you, no, that's not visible. That is still blurry. Actually, my calculator leaves me the answer in surds form. So it is giving me the answer as 4 square root 3 over 2. How do we do that in exam? If you do not have the calculator which leaves answer in surds form. This is 48. We take LCM 2, 24, 2, 12, 2, 6, 2, 3, and 3, 1. So actually, square root 48 could be written as 2 square times 2 square times 3. Do you agree?
Yes.
Then we can split these. This is 2 square, square root, 2 square, square root, and square root 3. So this square cancels out with square root, and we are left with 2. 2 times is 4, square root 3. So this is 4 square root 3. Next step would be taking out common. So 1 plus minus 2 square root 3 by 2, eliminating 2. So I'm left with 1 plus minus 2 square root 3. So these are two values of x. The first one is 1 plus 2 square root 3. The other one is 1 minus 2 square root 3. We have our x. We can now go for y. It says giving your answers in the form a plus b square root 3 where a and b are integers. Okay, this was the demand of the question, and y we've already subjected. Y is 2 minus 4x. Y is 2 minus 4x. So 1 by 1, the first value is 1 plus 2 square root 3. 2 minus 4 minus 8 square root 3. 2 minus 4 is minus 2 minus 8 square root 3. So when x is 1 plus 2 square root 3, comma, y is minus 2 minus 8 square root 3. Going for the other value, other half, y is equals to 2 minus 4x. So 2 minus 4 into 1 minus 2 square root 3 is 2 minus 4 plus 8 square root 3 is minus 2 plus 8 square root 3. So when x is 1 minus 2 square root 3, y is minus 2 plus 8 square root 3. One more thing, if you would ever face it. Whenever we have values a plus b and the other value is a minus b, whatever the values are, or we have a plus b square root c and the other value is a minus b square root c, just like this. Can you compare these two? Compare these two in yellow. The second one has a different sign. And compare these two in blue. This second one has a different sign. So they are called conjugates of each other. If ever a quadratic equation appears, this was in IGCSE. If ever a quadratic equation appears and it tells you that the root is 2 plus square root 3, and it tells you find the other conjugate. So straight away, without working, it is 2 minus square root 3. And what is the main reason behind this? Sign of second value always changes. This is the very reason in our formula. See this? One is positive, the other is negative. So we can write the second half without solving as well. So this was one of the things. Okay, let's see. One pair of the simultaneous equation is this. 1 comma p, find the values of k and p. 5 mark on the same axis, draw. Can you try this question right now? Are we at a stage that
One
we
with an
can?
arrow?
Yeah, right now. Do you have something to write?
Oh, yeah, I have a book.
And what about rest of the students in class?
Is it question B or 6? Because above
Yeah,
the
question number 6, A and B. I've
Oh,
shared
so
the if you have that.
you solved the B right now.
Yeah, question number 6 on page 42. Please try that. Question
I had a
6.
question about the working out. It was at the very start of question B.
I can't
I go full
actually
screen so I can
understand
mute
you. Your voice is muffled, Mahad. I'm sorry, I couldn't get it.
Saying for question B, the working out at the start, I was confused about something
Okay,
because there
okay.
was
First your questions, then we'll proceed to next one.
okay.
So this was the question.
So
And, yeah.
the second blue line, it goes from 3x squared plus 2x minus 4x. I was confused why you removed the
Okay.
3x.
Okay, look at this. Look at this. 3x square, negative 4x square. I've simplified these two.
Oh, okay.
So I get minus x square. Okay, you are
Okay.
always welcome. You can stop me right there. You don't have to wait for me to complete this. Okay. There's no point if you're not getting it. Your purpose is to understand the question. My purpose is to make you understand. You can always unmute your mic. You're more than welcome. And just say, I'll repeat it at the same time. Okay.
Can you go onto the book full screen so I can see the question?
Yes. On this weekend, can we plan a small test, a very small? From quadratics, chapter 2. Okay, we have one thumbs up.
Sure.
For
Everyone.
start, definitely This is I'll share a sheet with you. It is your choice. You can either solve in soft form or hard copy and then like take pictures. You can use cam scanner and convert into PDF and send it to me. I'll share questions in the WhatsApp group and label the instructions as well, marks and time and all. Okay, we have now 3 students. Please solve this and share your answers. One pair of solution for the simultaneous equations. We have 2 equations, equation 1, equation 2, and one solution is 1 comma p, where k and p are constants. Find the values of k and p. This time is 2:31. So first part, I think you can do it in 2 minutes. If it is working fine, that's good. If you face any problem, you can discuss. This is not a test. Few minutes. Can someone share the progress? You tell me, what should I do? These are the 2 equations. What should I do?
First, the question says it's 1p, right? The
1p.
coordinates. So
So
does
1
that
is,
mean x equals 1?
that is it. X is 1 and y is p. So p is equals to k 1 minus 5. P is equals to k minus 5. First equation simplified. Going on to the second one. X is 1. X is again 1 and y is p. Do we have the same answer? One of the method to
Yeah.
see if we are correct is we go back at the end of the exercise and see what is the answer. The other is we solve the complete question and put it back in the equation. And the third method is we share answers. So do we have P is equals to -2? No one?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do we have the same answer? I'm getting P is equals to -2.
I got +2 for some reason. I
+2. Okay, let me have a look again. When X is 1 minus 1 and Y is P. So 4, 1 square is 1, 4 into 1 is 4, minus P is equals to 6. So taking 6 on left hand side is -6 and P on the other hand side is positive. I think that's -2.
Okay. I mixed it up a bit.
Uh, where are you solving this question?
Sorry?
On a page?
Yes.
Please do share this. I'll check for the mistake and let you know.
No, I think the mistake is the last part. I confused the 4 minus 6. I'll put it as positive. I
You
minus
got
6
it?
by 4, not I minus 6 by 4, not 4 by 6. That's what I was
Yeah.
the mistake.
That's good. That's good. So -2 plus 5 equals K and 3 equals K. So final answers P is -2 and K is 3. This was the first part. Find the second pair of solutions for the simultaneous equation. First pair is 1P. Second pair is unknown. So what do? Now we know what the value of P is and what the value of K is. So K is 3. I can write Y is equals to 3x minus 5 right here. Y is equals to 3x minus 5 first part, and copying the second equation, 4x square minus xy equals to 6. Second part. So equation 1, equation 2. May I substitute equation 1 into equation 2? 4x square minus xy is equals to 6. Substituting 4x square minus x and y is 3x minus 5 is equals to 6. Simplifying 4x square minus 3x square plus 5x, taking 6 on the left side is -6. Simplifying these two, x square plus 5x minus 6 is equals to 0. So middle term breaking x square plus this should be multiply is -6 and adding is 5. So plus 6 minus x minus 6 is equals to 0. If we multiply these two, we get -6x square. If we add these two, we get 5. So taking out x is common. This is x plus 6 minus 1 is common. X plus 6 is equals to 0. X minus 1 times x plus 6 equals to 0. X is equals to 1 and x is equals to -6. Do you remember the first part was x1 and yp x1? It says find the second pair of solution. So now we do not have to solve with 1 again. 1 was the previous answer, old answer, new is -6. So I'm copying my equation y is equals to 3x minus 5. Y is equals to 3x minus 5. New value of x is -6. This is -18 minus 5 minus 23. So new value is -6 comma minus 23. Any confusion?
So maybe not do the same thing, but with XL1.
We will not do it because that's already known. It
Oh.
says find the other solution. So x1 was already known. X1 was already known. The other solution is x minus 6. First one was 1 comma p, right? 1 comma p. So we already know the first solution, which is 1 comma minus 2. Was first solution. And the second pair is with 6. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, this is something which was related to elimination and substitution of simultaneous equations. We already always have two unknowns. If there are more than two unknowns, more data is given. Just in this case, k was unknown, so some data is given. In previous questions, p, k is unknown, some data is given. We definitely need some practice. And then our next task would be simultaneous equations on graphs. On the same axis, draw the graph of this linear equations and quadratic equations. I would recommend that you solve this with showing each and every step and at least one question each. One from linear and the other from quadratic. Do you remember how you used to draw the graph?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do I have to discuss this? Like if I give you this question and I ask you that draw it and share it with me,
Can you do an
will you be
example?
able to do it? Okay, I'll give you the example. Okay, plotting a graph, first of all, requires few values. I'm taking the first equation, 2x plus y is equals to 3. 2x plus y is equals to 3. For my own ease, I will always make y the subject. Y is equals to 3 minus 2x. One equation. Now what will I do? I'll take some values of x and corresponding values of y. For example, I take minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, and 2. This is a linear equation. Only two values are also enough. But for quadratic, I'll need more values. So if I say x is minus 2, what do I get? I get 7. If I say x is minus 1, so 3 into minus 2 into minus 1, so 3 plus 2, I get 5. When I say x is 0, y is equal to 3 minus 2 into 0, I get 3. When I say x is 1, y is 1. When I say x is 2, y is minus 1. So I have few values. Now what I'll be doing is on the same graph. This is my graph. I will mark this value x minus 2, y 7. You will be having your grid and the markings. So at x minus 2, y 7. Then minus 1, 5, x minus 1, y 5. X 0, y 3. X1, y1. X2, y minus 1. Getting it? So this is how you will draw your graph. This was for the linear part. For the quadratic part, we need more values. Y is equals to x square minus 3x plus 1. Y is equals to x square minus 3x plus 1. Y is already subject. And if I use these values, for example, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Sometimes the question will tell you that use the values of x from -3 to 3 or from 2 to 10. And sometimes the question leaves this to you. Mostly the question is telling you the value. Yes, Mahad?
So when the question doesn't tell us the value, do we just do till -2 till 2?
It is better that we choose -3 to 3.
Okay.
Okay. To draw this graph in exam, you'll have around 6 to 8 minutes, which is more than enough. So actually what is going in my mind, I can't show you that, but I can write it on paper. So that is why you might feel that it is a lengthy question, but in exam, what would I be doing? Y is equals to, this is x square minus 3x plus 1, right? So once I will write this, I'm choosing -2. So bracket -2 squared. I wrote -2 here in calculator. So -2 squared minus 3 bracket again, -2 bracket close plus 1. I've written this once and my answer is 11. Next time, I am just showing you on paper. That is why it is taking long, or else I will save my time and I won't write it. So next time I'm just changing 2 with 1, 1, again 1. So at 1, I get 5. At 0, I get 1. When x is 1, we get -1. When x is 2, are you getting my point? The question is not too lengthy, but just to show to each other what we are doing. At 2 is -1 again. So if we have to do it for 3, 4, 5, that won't take long. So 3, changing the value of x to 3 is 1. Changing the value of x to 4 is 5. Changing the value of x to 5 is 11 again. So I'm copying the previous graph here, so I don't have to move the page up and down again and again. Previous graph looked like this. This was -2, 7. And the last number was 2, -1. X is 2, y is -1. So if I now draw these values, x -2, y 11, x -1, y 5, x 0, y 1, x 1, y -1, x 2, y -1. Be careful, both of these values are -1. X 3, y 1, x 4, y 5. And can you see the graph is actually repeating itself? -1, -1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 11, 11. So this is our graph, and this will be my curve. Lowest two values were -1, -1, but continue the curve and draw it like this. Getting it? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let's check it if we made any mistake or not. The only use of this software is that if we took some time to draw this, and we can see many questions in matter of seconds. 2x plus y is equals to 3. One. The other is y is equals to x squared minus 3x. Okay, look at this. When we are changing this graph, x square minus 3x. Did you notice the shift? Or should I do it again? Y is equals to x square minus 3. Notice the shift, and minus 3x again shifted. And then it says plus 1, another shift. Chapter 4 will be transformation, which is concerned to these shifts. So our graph looks like this, and this is what we do. So that is correct. For now, your homework is one linear and one quadratic. You can directly choose quadratic and linear as well, because you will be practicing straight line and curve both. In case of this, so choose any with quadratic and linear. And the other part will be, I'll share your test today or the day after, and it will be a short one relating to quadratics. Any question you would like to ask?
What page do I need to go to on the notebook to get a linear and quadratic questions?
This is chapter 3, and you will find this in exercise this on the same axis. Sketch the graph of this. This is exercise 3C, page 45. If you wish, you can choose it from solved examples as well, but do it by hand. Any other question? Okay, then see you tomorrow in the next class. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Left.